Welcome to a Sunday Live. My name is Daryl Ledyard along with Simon Heigman. How are you, Simon?
Yeah, I'm good, Daryl. Yeah, very well. Yourself?
I'm doing very well. Thank you, folks, for joining here on the live stream on YouTube or other locations. And one of the things I want to hit off right off the bat, if you're watching this on the replay, make sure you go to go.ht/sk. That's short for school.com, SKOOL.com. Go.ht/sk, and make sure you register on there because we are closing down new feeds into the Facebook group. This is the last time that we will be in the Facebook group for the Sunday Live in my Facebook group. Simon's might be doing his thing. That's fine. But I had to shut mine down because I'm having problems putting the word Mass Page inside the Facebook group. So that's no way I can exist like that. So we'll end up going ahead and moving things into the school group. We have some cool things. We asked Don in the group to join us as a moderator, and maybe he might be able to join us on this call a little bit later on as a guest to just say hello to everybody. But Don's been really instrumental in the groups, as far as our Facebook group and the participation on the show and so many different things. So I wanted to reward that, just like like we've done here with Simon and got him involved and everything like that. So I just wanted to make sure that we give a chance to help people that are helping us to work this community. So
that's great. We've got a couple of shout outs coming in already, so I'll just cover those off. So hello, CX3P. We've got Colin with us as normal. Hi, Colin. And Don, the main man, he is with us as always. Hi, Don. And Swansea SEO, good to see you. And Don saying he could do that, so it looks like he'll be coming on later on, which is great. And tonight, as you can see, we're broadcasting from our regular offices. Actually, we normally have a kind of colourful background on in there, but we actually do have. I mean, I have this luxurious, massive office that I get to wander around. There's a whole boardroom behind me there, and Daryl's got his office there with some of his staff walking around in the background. So we're all set up for that. But I guess the theme, we thought we'd try and have an office theme, because I'm going to be talking about the launch of my Mass Page Architect course and template a little bit later on. So we thought we were in maybe in a design studio or an office or an architect's office or something. So that's the reason for the backgrounds today. We like to think of something different each week, and that's what we came up with this week anyway.
Yeah, I have people walking around in the background, so you might see that. It's a busy day here on a Sunday.
It has been a busy day, yeah, for sure. Yeah.
So, well, welcome aboard. Thank you guys so much. We talk everything about SEO, mass page, lead generation, and domains. That's sort of the wheelhouse that we stick within on our Sunday Lives. We've been doing this show for over a year now, and we thank you for being a part of it. And sharing it with other people, liking it, things like that. One of the things that people like so much about the show is that we always do some giveaways toward the end of the show, at the top of the hour. So like in about 55 minutes or so, we'll be doing the Prizes.Live giveaway, and we'll also do the domain kicks giveaway, which is like a giveaway, not a domain kicks, but a domain giveaway for that. So let me just show you the domains that are up for grabs today, and we'll just pull this other thing down here. These are the domains that we'll give away at the top of the hour: foresight.org, lendmarkets.com, headpc.com, and rankingsclub.com. And I'll show you the values of these, and we can talk a little bit more about them. I had a nice talk earlier with a member in our group about brandable domains and misspelling domains, and we've been having a little bit of a discussion inside the school.com group. So if you want to jump into that discussion about domains, just go ahead and take a look and participate inside of school.com, our new Mass Page group inside of there. So I think that we really need to help folks with how to sell domains. I think that there's a lot of demand to have conversations about how to make sure that you're getting your domains sold if you are doing investing, so that you get a recovery or at least a break even. For me, I'm at least happy with a break even, just because I like to search for them and give them away and do different things with these domains. But some people want to make a huge profit, and I'll tell you where the big profit is when you get a $10 million domain and you sell it for 20 million. That's where the big profit is with domains. So the smaller breadcrumbs, sometimes you have to just keep trading up and trying to get to a higher value with the domains that you have, like a smaller collection with higher value domains, and sometimes make you more money than a big collection that have low price and low demand. So, but that's just how it works with domaining. So we welcome you. Thank you guys for being here. Give it a like for sure inside of YouTube. It helps the algorithm to know that there's some good content going on here. And throw in your comments inside the YouTube channels so that we can see it in here and post it on top here. We got Craig Campbell out there. Woohoo! We're going to talk about
quite a few shout outs there from Craig. Hello, Craig. He's messaged us a few times. I think Craig might be in Dubai at the moment, actually, but he's certainly with us tonight. It's good to see you, Craig, and he's having a drink as well. I saw some of his stuff on his feed, and he was on a drip a couple of days ago, recovering from a hangover and getting a drip to sort himself out, which I thought was quite interesting. But good to have you with us, Craig. That's great. And hello, Ideas Institute, and also hello, Rod, as well. It's great to have a bit of interactivity, and great to give you a shout out as well. So welcome, everyone.
Yeah, thank you guys very much. And I think, Craig, if you hang on, you're going to be happy with the name drop that we're going to drop in Simon's talk. So yeah, see, he's going to drop a familiar name that you're used to. So.
Oh yeah, actually that's true. That is even true. It's even in the slide. So there you go. So yeah. That's good.
Excellent.
So we're going to talk about a few things tonight. I'm going to just put a few slides in about how to use expired domains, and I actually use a domain as an example that I bought from ODYS Global. Who,
and they're not paying you to say that, Simon.
No, they're not paying me. They're probably paying Craig, but I've got an example of how to use that and to handle some of the backlinks that come in from that. And I also am going to be talking about my new Mass Page Architect course, so we'll go through that. What are you going to talk about, Daryl?
I'm going to talk a little bit about some really big stuff that's happened with Menterprise in the past few weeks. I'm going to show you some examples of what's potentially possible here. Because it's so new, I don't have results to show you as far as, rankings and things like that. But sometimes a lot of this stuff starts with theory and setting up what is possible with best practices. And so, I got some really cool stuff to share about that. Let's see, talk about, there was something else we were going to talk about, but yeah, we'll have some stuff to talk about.
Lifetime deal of the week, that's there as well. We always cram that in, and giveaways and all sorts. So it's all happening.
Yep, absolutely. Yeah, that was it. The value also of Menterprise domains and how to find a value of an existing domain. There's a few different tools, and we have one inside of Domain Kicks that we've been experimenting with. It's just a Code Canyon kind of thing, but it's interesting what it shows for some of these Menterprise sites. And so I think that it's an interesting play. I was talking to another YouTube influencer today about Menterprise, and we're talking about how am I using Menterprise, and a lot of the things that I'm doing with it is experimental, because that's the space that I'm in, is to try out things and to find things to show you and teach you and what works, and we're always trying new things. And Simon is one of the guys that I work with as well. We look over the data and we pour over what's happening today with Mass Page, and what Menterprise is like really it's a tool that can do Mass Page like nothing else you've ever seen, because of the scale in which it can do it. So you can try out and test different ideas and with Menterprise that you want to prove that would scale. If, let's say, for instance, you had an unlimited time budget and money budget to build out smaller sites, you can do in a click of a button or two with Menterprise. So it's kind of cool. So Marcel, we see you. L Couch, we see you. So thank you guys so much for jumping into the chat on YouTube. So Simon, do you feel like you're good to go with your slides?
Yeah, I think so. Let's just try and switch that over. Hold on a second.
Okay. And I'll jump in here and there.
Can you see this okay?
That I can, yeah.
So this is just some thoughts on how to use expired domains or aged domains and some of the backlinks that you've got into them. So obviously, if you're looking to buy some aged domains, one of the benefits is you can repoint or pass through some of the link juice that's coming onto them, onto your money site, or maybe to help power up part of your PBN. So the question is, like, what's the best way to utilize backlinks from expired domains? Now, Craig Campbell's watching this, so hopefully I'm going to do this justice. And obviously, Craig, would be great to get your input on this and some of the options. So look, there's a number of different ways that you can utilize this. So you've bought an aged domain off ageddomains.net, or you've been on to ODYS Global and you've got an aged domain off that. It's got some backlinks that are relevant onto your niche. So how could you use them? Well, there's a couple of ways that I would suggest. One is the quick and simple kind of just do a 301 redirect. So you simply take a domain, set up a 301, send it on to your money site or your tier one the PBN or whatever. The pro of this is it's quick and easy. The con is it doesn't maintain the page link. So you're just taking everything that was linked to the old domain and you're sending it to a single domain. And it's generally considered to be a waste of link juice of authority from a good domain that you've got backlinks on. So that's one way to do it. And it's very quick and people do that. The ideal way to do it is to actually build a site out. So you take the domain, build a website out, match up the inbound backlinks to the pages they were connected to. You've got an option to use the Wayback Machine to look at some of the content was there, or you could create your new own content. And then you can add links from the pages that you've created that are powered up with these backlinks. And then you could send those links onto your own money sites, for example. And the nice thing is you're able to control that website, and then you'll be able to control the individual links that go to each page, and therefore add your anchor text and your do follow backlinks into your own page. But this is a major pain in the mass page. See what I did there? That's a new phrase. Because if you're using like that. Yeah. So if you're using WordPress, it's a pain. Yeah. So it takes a bit of time. You're going to do this. And each time you got to host it somewhere. All the rest. It's not impossible, but it's just a bit of a pain. So here's another kind of method I thought would be useful. So here's a quick and easy method, not using WordPress. Now this uses a domain I bought from. There you go. ODYS, Craig, if you're still with us. Linearliz.com, which is a wedding photographer's website, and I'm a photographer as well. So I thought this is quite an interesting one to buy. It was valued at, I think it was $500 on ODYS. So I got a discount on it through a special offer, which was very welcome. And it's a DA34 site, which is great compared to a lot of local photographer sites. That's a high DA. And there's a load of do follow backlinks of this. So from Cosmopolitan, HuffPost, Yahoo, Independent. I mean, it's actually fantastic backlink profile. And if I just show you a bit of a reach into that. So I look at Moz and I go through and I look at the, here's the DA there, the page authority. Here's the number of linking domains. It's a good number. And here, look, here's the proof of the pudding. These are the do follow backlinks, HuffPost, People, Board Panda, Cosmopolitan. It goes on and on. There's a whole load of them.
Do you think that they got this through press releases? Have you looked at the actual kind of...
It's a story about a wedding they covered in 2014. And these links still exist. I've checked them individually, and I can see the article still there, and I can see they're still credited to the photographer. When you're a photographer, the publications are very keen to make sure you get a credit, because obviously then you can do a copyright claim if they don't. So these ones stay a lot more than other ones, because if it's on the site, they can't do a no follow when it's a credit to your work as a photographer. So I think these ones stick quite nicely. So that's a great list. Cosmopolitan, having a wedding article about Cosmopolitan is fantastic. So what I do is a little process with I've got a microblog software. I've got a lifetime deal on it with unlimited sites at the time called brick.do, but there are other microblog sites, and I don't need to host it. it's all cloud based, and I basically set it up and type the content in, and then I've got a domain. So I can set a domain up within a few minutes. And what also I'm doing, I'm adding this to Cloudflare just to disguise the name servers a bit, so that if I've got 10, 20, 30 bricks.do microblogs, they're not obviously all from the same place, so I'll hide them a little bit with Cloudflare. And then I go through, as I've just done then, check for the do follow backlinks on Moz, and then I create the pages that match up to the links. And then I can add some content, put in Article Forge or a bit of stuff yourself, and then I can add my own links and anchor text. So what I'm going to do is just show you how I've done that on Linear Liz from ODYS Global. I'll have to get a sponsorship for this, actually. That would be good if Craig wants to give me a call. So that it's just a microblog. It's not a fancy site, but I can very quickly add in images and content here, and literally in brick.do, when you just type the content, it's there instantly. There's no publishing, there's no kind of rigmarole. It's instant, so I don't even need to save it. I just type and the stuff's here. So I put a little article about weddings in, and then I've put in some of my target keywords. I'm targeting Northeast wedding photographer at the moment. I've also put a link to my Google map, and most of the links I know that, like the Cosmopolitan one, goes into the homepage, so I'll get a lot of power out of this one. But on the left here, I've added in the individual pages. So I've got galleries, Joey and Michelle, and I've gone through to make sure that I've linked, if you can see, I don't know if you can see that actually on this, but it's linearliz.com/Joey-Michelle.2. So I know that that's an original URL. I know there's backlinks going to it. So I send it to here, and then I send the link through onto my keywords. So I've got a nice DA34 site. I've got links coming from Cosmopolitan, Huffington Post, and then this site, every page links onto my money site, and that's quite a nice way to, and just super quick compared to the hassle of, WordPress and plugins and backups and all the rest of it. This is just straight in with brick.do. Yeah.
What you're really doing is you're taking the idea that's been around for decades, is, as far as taking and reverting traffic from expired domains, but you're doing just the cream of the crop. You just are the cream off the top. So you basically find the domain, you reverse engineer where the best quality links are. You only focus on those links and reconstruct the pages. And so the rest, it's not as though you're taking every single page and reconstructing it, because there's a lot of waste in that. But what you're doing is you're creating new content. You're going off of the leveraging of the high-powered links only, and you're taking just the cream off the top and leveraging that. I think it's really good. I think this is a really good way to do this, and to get yourself this almost makes me think that because of that photographer credit, this is a good way to really juice up almost any site, because you can have a photographer-based credit PBN almost, that just has huge amounts of link juice, and they're clean-looking sites. They're not like some kind of spammy site. It's a photographer's website, and there's just a lot of links.
You can have anything, because you can have an image of anything, can't you? I mean,
that's right.
You'd be talking about motorsport or products, like Nike shoes. Anything could be diverted in that way. I mean, this is a wedding photographer, so I guess it's relevant for wedding content. So that's good, but it could be for anything. Jix host has said it's a good idea. They've said a good idea about expired domains. Do worry about online services. Had a few from apps that have closed down. I think that is fair. I think there's always a risk on this. I mean, I'm not building out loads of content. I've put a couple of Article Forge articles on there, some images from Pixabay, and some links. So if that fell over, I still own the domain. I've not put a massive amount of effort into it, but I think you're right. I think if it was much more than that, I may consider using a different platform. But for me, for now, for speed, I can set that up in 10 minutes. And I set up 6 or 7 domains that I happened to have and wasn't using very much, and did it all on those, and it was very quick to do. And the links indexed the next day, or rather, sorry, the backlinks I could see in SE ranking the next day, so they were visible. They were clearly registering onto the site very quickly. So I thought that was a pretty good result. So that's my kind of tip for today. Just a bit of a thought about using expired domains. So hopefully that's helpful for people. But yeah, WordPress might be an option as well. But I just thought this was quick. But pros and cons to both approaches.
Yeah, I mean, when it comes to just like powering up citations, powering up your maps, all of these kinds of search terms, there's so much that you can do when you have this kind of juice and power, and it's very clean, because you don't have a lot of waste. You think about it, the percentage of pages with rockstar backlinks with your technique is very, very high. It's not, you know what I mean? It's not as though you have, 5 million pages and you've only got 4 super good backlinks. You've got 100% incredible backlinks on this domain for the most part.
Most of the comments to the homepage, which is normal, so that's easy to replicate. And then there were 7 or 8 other pages. I mean, I've tended to find that there's only a handful of pages. I mean, if you had to go through 1,000, it'd be a different sort of story. But the really big links, if you've got a link from Cosmo or BBC or Washington Post or whatever, you if it's do follow, you're going to take the effort to make the page.
Now, can you put analytics on your bricks pages so you can track the kind of traffic coming through those links?
I could do. It will track it. Yeah, you can add it in. I don't know there's going to be much traffic coming through. I mean, the articles here are from 2014, 2015. So this is an aged domain.
These are huge sites. These are huge
sites. So maybe you might get some traffic, but so Jix just asked. I'm using it for the photography. So literally, I've just done this in the last few days. I have to confess, before that, I was being lazy and had 301s, a number of them. But I was just playing around with Brickdo, and I thought this might be an interesting thing to do. So I've just set up some sharing with it. No results so far. The only result I can share is that literally when I put this link on, I could see it in SE ranking the next day. So it's getting picked up, and it's a DA34 site onto my photography site. So that's got to be good news. So, but if I get any further results, I'm happy to share those. Yeah.
I will give a little shout out to Jix Host, because they were one of my very first hosting companies I used back in the day, and I had a master reseller plan with them. They're very, very good as far as what they offered back in the day. I'm sure they're very good now. So thank you for joining the chat here and the call. We really appreciate you on here. So yeah.
Great.
Awesome.
Great to have you with us. Yeah. And then Don's saying insightful. Jeremy's saying yo. And Paul, good to have you with us, Paul. And Patrick's just mentioning a little bit about domain kicks as well. So it's all.
Sorry, Patrick. Sorry to bring you domain kicks and throw you your time and attention into total focus on domaining. It's a lot of fun. I just love fishing for domains. So that's why I built the tool, and I hope it's working out good for you. You're very welcome, my friend. All right. So I feel like I've got nothing to share after that one, Simon. You dropped the mic on that one.
I can do my course launch now if you're still thinking of what you want to say.
Yeah.
I don't want too much of a big build up to this, but let's just I don't like big build ups, so let's just get this on the screen. There we go. So yeah, this is something called Mass Page Architect, which I've built. It's basically a course and a template. The template's based on Gutenberg, so it's a WordPress template, and it works with Magic Page plugin and Mass Page Tools. Yeah, so the landing page for this is at masspagearchitect.com, and I'll just go there now. Just have a quick look. So there's a bit of a sales spiel here, but I'll just highlight what it is so you understand. So stop reinventing the wheel, start building your Mass Page empire. So it's basically a course and template that works with Mass Page Tools and Magic Page plugin ready to go. It should help you to build your sites faster. It's a generic template. You can use it for rank and rent. You can use it for client sites. Because it's based on Gutenberg block builder, it should be future proofed, and you should be able to do it without you needing to have a web designer, although you can hire one if you want. And you get all this. It's an online course with lifetime access. You get 25% off Mass Page Tools if you don't have that already, and you get the template to download. So it's a complete full website. There's a little insight to it there. And what I've done is I've added all of the short codes and X fields that you would want to have on a landing page. And basically you populate your form details on Mass Page Tools, then you export it into Magic Page, and it's basically a really easy way to launch a site. And I'll show you an example site in a second. You get lifetime access to the course, you get 25% off, and here's this. So masspagearchitect.com is the site. I will just show you the template just very quickly. This is the front end of it. So it's a full website template. I've put in, footer. I've put in some placeholders. So it uses the Gutenberg theme, and these are like wireframe designs that you can work from. And then the Magic Page includes a whole load of shortcuts. So this Magic Page site page actually is completely delivered by Mass Page Tools. So all these inputs, where I've put these curved brackets means it's a Mass Page Tools elements. Yeah, so there's all these things, and you can basically build up an entire page dynamically. So every bit of this landing page is all generic, and you can put in your images, put in your videos, put in your company logo, put in a map, and then accordions, and it will basically quickly mean that you can make a site like this, which I'll just show. So here's one that uses a very similar version of the template. So this is a photographer one, and this includes all of this. So all of this content comes from Mass Page Tools. You collect the data in the form, and then you send it through my template, and it creates pages like this. So the course basically tells you how to do all this, and gives you some guidance on how to populate the fields and what you might want to put in there, and that's it. So you'll be able to create landing pages like this fairly quickly, and because it's generic, it's something that you can just make as what make you want to look like whatever you want to look like. So there's a launch offer. The course is only £97, so you get the course and the template to download. And if you order this, because there's a launch thing, if you order the course by this Friday, 4th of March, by midnight, I'll also add in a free 1-hour consultation. So if you want a bit of help setting up, you shouldn't need it because it's all in the course, but if you want a bit of talk about Mass Page, Magic Page, MPP, all the rest of it, that's it. I'll highlight the fact that this is not this doesn't replace Mass Page Tools course or Magic Page. Both those softwares have got excellent training. You've got webinars and YouTube on that. This is simply telling you how to use it together and creating a template that means you can spit out your pages really quickly, because all of the X fields and everything's already on a Gutenberg based theme ready to go. So that's my sales pitch, Daryl.
Yeah, no,
which,
no,
hopefully was
something
useful.
we've been talking about, and the funny thing is the reason why you put this together is because you've done so many of these sites with Mass Page Booster. That is a program that you set up for making done for you Mass Page websites for businesses, and so you're like, there really isn't something that bridges the gap between Magic Page plugin and Mass Page Tools. I've been really too busy and focused on building the tools to build some sort of a bridge program. So this is a really good thing. I'm glad that you've built it. I think that it's going to be a really great asset for the community. So great deal, great price, especially, seeing as how there is nothing like that type of program. So Jix Host had asked a question is, how does the theme get installed?
So I use WP Vivid, the free version of that, to install it. So it's a complete WordPress install from that, and that includes all the codes and everything, the plugins all set up. And just cover the questions. So yeah, I really wanted it to be on Gutenberg. So when I started doing mass page building, I've used Elementor and I've used other ones, but I feel Gutenberg's a future direction for WordPress. So I want to make sure I'm building the sites on Gutenberg. Magic Page plugin enabled Gutenberg last year, so that was really why I wanted to push it. But when I first got started on mass page building, it spent me a lot of time for me to try and understand the role of Mass Page Tools and the role of Magic Page plugin, and that the course covers that, to understand how things work. And then the whole thing of just setting up the page. So although you've got the training, where do you put the codes, and how do you lay out a page? What is an SEO optimized landing page, which was what you've got with the course, hopefully. So there, and Marcel's saying he's going to pick it up. That's great. And people liking the phone sites. Yes, phone sites in the wild. I really like phone sites, and I bought the unlimited deal. I'm very pleased with it. So that's good. CX3P Socials saying the link. So the link is masspagearchitect.com. So that'll take you through, and you're welcome to buy it. And if you buy this week, I'll give you a one-to-one consultation as well. And I've priced it at £97, really to make it accessible, to make it something. I'm hoping it's going to help people get into Mass Page. If you're already into it, you could use the template without going through all the training. But if you want to learn more about Mass Page building and how to use these two different tools together, it's really going to give you a big head start. So I try to make it accessible for everyone to buy in, if that's what you want to do.
Very nice. Can you throw that link inside the share all as well?
Yeah.
And so that everybody has access to that. This is good. A lot of great things happening. I told you a while ago, guys, I'm taking a break from doing the Domain Kicks live on Wednesdays so that I could really focus my attention and time onto some of the things I'm doing. But Simon's also hitting it out of the park too with some of the things he's been working so hard on, like this course here, and things like that. Like there's inside of the new group for school.com, there's a whole classroom that's really great. I'm very excited about re-recording all of my trainings once we get the new interface for Mass.Page. There's going to be a whole new website and interior for where all the tools are going to kind of come together. And so once that interface is done, then I will go ahead and record all new videos for the training. So that will all be part of the school community. So if you're not already in the school community, make sure you go to go.ht/sk. That's go.ht/sk. Let me just see if I can pull that up here. Here it is, go.ht/sk. And just make sure that you log into that, go.ht/sk, and get yourself onto that platform, because we're not going to be adding more content into the Facebook group after tomorrow. And so it's not going to be fully shut down. We're just going to tell folks that we're over somewhere else. And so that will be what we're doing. All right. So great job, Simon. Truly, truly awesome stuff. Both ends of what you talked about. With the architect program, and also the training that you did with scraping the cream off the top of a domain that's been expired. I think that everybody can learn a lot from what you just said. That was a 10 out of 10 right there. So
cool.
Really
no worries.
Yeah. All right. So on to my topic of talking a little bit here about Menterprise publishing. First thing I wanted to do is talk about an appraisal tool that we have on here. This is a script that you can get. It's called Worth My Site. It's appraisal.domainkicks.com. I'm just going to go ahead and put this in here. But the reason I'll show you why I'm showing this to you. Let's see here, chat. So the reason why I want to put this to you is, so if you put in listpage.net, which is one of my domains for Menterprise, it'll do its formulas to try to figure out, based on the backlinks and things like that, that the site is worth $10,614. Okay, so now that value is higher than, let's say, it was without a site, right? Because it's really good to have the sites, because you can see the number of page views average is 554, monthly 16,000, yearly 196,000. These are estimate unique visitors, 11, and their estimate ad value and things like that. So you can kind of see where this all adds up, because if you were to sell this on Flippa, they could see these stats. They can see how many index pages I have, 16,100 pages. You can see how many backlinks it has. All of that kind of stuff on this tool. It's appraisal.domainkicks.com. So I wanted to show that to you because if you just take a look at my website, mass.page, you'll find that it's not worth that much, right? Because it doesn't have that many page views. I mean, we have daily 58 visitors. We have more visitors, but we don't have as many backlinks. And so it doesn't come up as much for that. So you can play around with this. It has a lot of statistics and stuff down below that we're trying to work into our appraisals into the system. But I mean, you can test out different domains that you have and see what they're worth, because like if you put in like google.com, all right, and you play around with that, you'll see that that it's worth like $30 billion or something like that. That's like, yeah, I think so. Yeah, $30 billion, almost $31 billion, the domain. So these are based on, formulas and stuff. Again, just like with any appraisals, it's never perfect or anything like that. But it is nice to be able to say, okay, using Menterprise can increase the value of what your site could be worth when you try to sell it on a Flippa or something like that, because you do get the metrics that are really good, and it can build up a lot of backlinks that are naturally not just within your Menterprise network, but different people can find your site because it does have content on it, and it can get some backlinks because there are a lot of tools out there just crawling different sites, and then they give backlinks to them. So you get a lot of different backlinks just because you have content versus just like a parked page or a page that doesn't have anything on it, right? So it's appraisal.domainkicks.com, just something to play around with if you're looking to do that. Now, I mentioned Menterprise. And one of the things that have come through in the last week or so, since our last mastermind, is that there is some news with Menterprise that is very, very interesting. So up until now, you would have a page that looks a little bit like this, okay? And you would have the top area, you would have your table of contents, you would have your content over to the side and things like that, and you can click on your categories and these basic things like these. This campaign was created quite quickly using that. Now imagine if you could control the entire screen but still use all these dynamic things. Okay, so so that's where this introduces the next layer for Menterprise publishing, which is where you can actually do a site inside a Webflow and then bring it in, and it will take over the entire page. So I'm just going to show you. Here is a demo that I did. This is a Menterprise page, and I just threw up some table columns and then put in all of these basic things that are just coming in from a Menterprise campaign. So in here, I don't have the links and all that kind of stuff. Let's see if this link goes somewhere. Yeah, so it links you to another page. But you can see on there that you could basically make it a full-on HTML website. So if you do it, it could look like this. This is a Menterprise site using Webflow, okay? And so you could have different pictures and different things in here, and you have the full flexibility. You don't have to have just a magazine style site in order to do that, right? If you look at this link here, it says apple.com in the lower left. That's because from Menterprise's campaign, we made this button apple.com. All right. Now, the other thing is what they've created is a short code that you can put all the content from Menterprise inside of the accordion, which is something that I started to do way back in the summer. And I put all of the Menterprise content in here. So if I'm going to go ahead and click on this read more, it's going to open up the accordion with all of the sexy SEO content that can draw the search engines into here like bait. Okay. And so you could have it kind of hidden somewhere on the page and also control the page inside of your Webflow layout. All right. So when you build a Webflow website, you just put in your short codes that are coming in from Menterprise. And then in here, you don't see this yet, but you'll see under here is extra tools. And there's a lot more coming to this. But under here is extra tools. And your next version will have this is you can go ahead and upload that Webflow CSS and JavaScript and everything into a file. So Webflow will give you a zip file, and you just upload it into here. It'll minify the CSS. It'll minify the JS. And it'll add the PCV, which is like all of the factors to remove all of the formatting that a typical Menterprise site has. Okay, that will just give you this copy paste that you go ahead and throw it into a prepend, and it will totally change the look and feel of that website based on what you've created inside of Webflow. So what this means, I hope you can understand what this means is this right here doesn't have to be the way your Menterprise sites look exactly. You can actually have lead generation forms. You can do it just like anything in a drag and drop builder in Webflow. And then you could take the code and put it into Menterprise, and all that dynamic goodness can come into play to build out millions of web pages really quickly. So what do you think of that, Simon?
I think that's big news, very big news, really, because I think Menterprise, obviously, you're working with a certain format, and it looks very much like a blog, but this gives you a lot more flexibility. You can make it look like a regular website, lead generation, landing page. As you say, you can put the call to action, the buttons as you've got there at the top, put in forms. So I think it's very exciting going to be able to make sure you can use it for a lot of different applications now. So this is just a fantastic direction that Menterprise is taking. So yes, great. And then there's Patrick saying, well done, Pim, who's the lead developer at Menterprise. So absolutely, thank you, Pim, for your work on this. It looks fantastic.
Yeah, it is amazing. And, just like what we were talking about with, I think, an earlier chat on Sunday Live, is you could use in Webflow, make a mimic of the header and footer of a traditional website that you're going to make a subdomain for, right? And you could make all of these landing pages with Menterprise, and it could have the look and feel now of the full website. So you can actually put this in the sitemap, and it'll do all of the things you were looking for it to do.
I wonder if you could put a logo in. Can you put a logo in at the top?
All that.
Maybe you could do that. Yeah. Wow.
You put everything into it, just like
so it's like a really a landing page builder, really. I mean, that's a branded landing page builder, but you could just put out 1 million pages. That's pretty amazing, really.
Yeah. So if you're interested at all in Menterprise, go ahead and message me. It's not cheap. It's definitely not the cheapest thing out there. But if you go to go.ht/Menterprise, you can sign up through my link, which gets you into my mastermind that happens every month. It gets you all the training and everything like that and how to do it. It's going to set you back about $650 per month to have access to, I think, about 500,000 pages, but the next 500,000 pages is cheaper and things like that. So you're kind of basically paying per page as you get going. The pages get cheaper, and you can do more and more and more. Now, there are some people in our group that are doing some really interesting things with this, with regard to building up their GBPs, or Google Business Profiles, and their citations with some interesting techniques I'm not going to talk about here on this call, but there's definitely some very interesting things that are going on inside the group. And so I think it's really special to note that there's some really cool things happening with Mass Pages that isn't exactly the out-of-the-box thinking of just landing page SEO. This goes beyond landing page SEO into like a whole other category. And so it's very, very interesting what's going on in the space.
Just a question from Marcel there. Does it have to be Webflow or other alternatives? I think there are alternatives, Daryl, yeah?
Yeah, but the Webflow conversion is how it's set up inside of Menterprise Publishing in my test site here. So he's focusing on, it says take Webflow or any theme zip and convert it into, okay, so if you have like Theme Forest, or if you have one of those, that might work as well in here. So I'll talk to Pim about that and see. And then there's another thing that for the images to work, you must have an index.html in the root and images folder for images. So you have to like sort of, prepare the file before you send it up in here into like an images folder, so all this stuff will work properly. So yeah, it's really, really cool and interesting how that will work. And so this is your last chance if you want to get registered for Prizes.Live for this week. Go to Prizes.Live and register for some fun prizes for your business this week. What are we giving away there, Simon?
We're giving away the Mass Page Architect course and templates. So just to mark the launch. So if people want to sign up for that, that would be great. If you've already bought it, I know a few people actually have already bought. If you do win, obviously I'll refund you. You'll get it for free, and that includes obviously a one-to-one consultation with me about mass page building and how to implement the template and everything else. So yeah, that's this week's Prize.Live is Mass Page Architect for MPP.
Nice, very good. And what will happen? Have you thought much if when we add MWB and other things, if you can make your tool, your instructions flex with that, will you add those in extra modules? Have you thought about that?
Yeah, I mean, the idea of Mass Page Architect is to help you design mass pages. So I'd like to use that to create some resources for MWB and Page Generator Pro potentially, or any other sort of mass page software. I think I'm going to have to handle them as separate courses, to be honest. So this one's specifically for Magic Page plugin, but others will be added on. I've tried to keep the price low for 97 quid for each software, but yeah, I'd definitely like to be doing, the whole idea would be to have it as a resource, and it's about using different pieces of software, not to replace the software of the training, but if you're using Mass Page Tools and MWB, for example, I'd like to be able to provide a resource to help people get started on. That's the plan.
Speaking of Page Generator Pro, did I show this, Simon, how our form will send fields into Page Generator Pro?
No, not done that.
Okay, no. I'm going to do a full teaching on this, but I want you to take a look here. These are all from the template that we have, okay, from mass.page. And it took only a few seconds to upload all of these fields from our form into Page Generator Pro. So it already works. I'll do a spoiler alert. If you have mass.page, I'll show you inside of mass.page because it's already here. It's just not 100% yet, I don't believe. If you go into one of your fields, you have view, you see export as CSV. So when you do that, you're going to have to go in here and change the file name here at the end to .csv. And we're gonna change this so that you don't have to do this, but this is how it works right now. .csv, and you're gonna associate that. And if you go into this and you look at it in Excel, you have got all of those fields from the form into a CSV file. Okay, all of that stuff. So we're doing some combining and some spin text that's going to be coming and things like that. And so you'll be able to have the nearby cities all in the spin text and things like that. So we're doing a lot of stuff behind the scenes. Like if you notice, almost everything is filled that has been filled from the form, but there's like latitude, longitude, coordinates and stuff like that that aren't coming through yet in the years of experience. I don't know if we filled that in or not. I'll have to double check. But postal code isn't there. So we're working on some of these other fields. But if you go into Page Generator Pro and you go into keywords, you can import a spreadsheet and you take, I think, rows as multiple keywords, or rows as a single keyword. I think it's the third one here, delimiter, comma, and just gonna, let's see, import. Let's see, choose file first. We're going to grab that CSV file and call that. Pick this one. And of course, I get a critical error because, yeah, it's going to happen on a live, but it does work. That's how I got all those keywords in there. So the folks have been waiting for Page Generator Pro. It's almost 100%, but you can try that. If you've already got Mass Page Tools, just try the export to CSV. If you don't have Mass Page Tools, go ahead, go to mass.page and purchase it, and then you'll have access to this export from the Magic form. So you'll be able to do that into the Mass Page Generator Pro. And then, of course, it works with Mass Website Builder as we're moving that over to be our own builder. You'll be able to do the same thing, but it'll be even more seamless than that. So you'll be able to send it right to your website. All right. Let's see what kind of things are coming through. Local. There are no more updates to MWB except for the fact that we've been just technically working through some of the updating of the PHP and Laravel and things like that. So because it did sit on the shelf for a little bit, there was some working that had to be done to make it work even better. So we're just going through that. It should be hosted very shortly into our new server, which it actually is already hosted on a new server. Just working out some of the bugs that are coming through. And then after that, we're just going to assess what things we're going to use for launch. It'll go with a soft launch at first, and then there'll be like a bigger public launch once we have more testimonials and things like that. So the founding members will get first access to it. And again, if you're interested in your founding member to be an affiliate for it, reach out to me directly through the school.com group. Just go to the chat, click on my name, and you'll see a chat on there, and just go ahead and chat with me there, or just go to Daryl.chat and we'll get you into the system. So for that. So yeah. All right. Let's see. It's 5:50. Again, this is your last call for Prizes.Live. In about 2 minutes, I'm going to take that file and put it into the wheel of names. And I'm going to request my good friend Simon here to give us a recap of the show while I do that. And we'll buy ourselves some time. And also, let's talk about the domain giveaways today, and we will show what they are worth coming up in a few minutes. But foresight.org, go ahead and take a look at what that's worth inside of GoDaddy, because that's worth quite a bit. Lendmarkets.com, headpc.com, and rankingsclub.com. So these are some of the domains that we're giving away today. HeadPC, I was thinking of Google Glass or some kind of a lens kind of thing that you can operate with your retinas or your eyes. So I think that could be a good brand for that. Lend Markets always, of course, is a financial domain. I think that could be a really good one for somebody. Foresight.org is very interesting. It's a dictionaryword.org, and it has some backlinks to it. And Rankings Club, if you're doing an SEO kind of play, you could have a really cool service called Rankings Club.
Yeah, it's like a course or a membership or something. It sounds pretty cool, that one. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So there's a lot of activity inside the group. So if you haven't already registered inside of our group, it's go.ht/SK for the school platform. Today is the last day for our Facebook group for new content. So after today, this content will pretty much be it. And when people join, I'll just refer them back to this school platform.
Sounds good. Look, before I do my recap, shall I just squeeze in lifetime deal of the week? Because we can't forget that, can we?
Yeah, I can't forget that.
Let's just do that, because you did specifically make sure that I had some slides for it. So let's make sure we don't miss out on it. So hold on a second. Add that to the stream. There we go. So yeah, lifetime deal of the week. I've been pretty busy on other things, so I've not had so much time to focus on this. But I did buy an LTD off AppSumo this week, and it was Ligna, which is $69 on AppSumo. If you want to support the channel, what we do here, it's go.ht/AppSumo, take you through to AppSumo, where you can look at Ligna. So Ligna is basically a marketing automation and CRM system. And it's modeled basically on High Level. If you've ever used gohighlevel.com, it's basically that kind of thing. It's meant to be one tool to support everything. And it's quite interesting. I've been into the dashboard. I've bought it. And it's got a couple of interesting things that it highlights here. So it claims to be able to give you unlimited sites, funnels, and blogs, and also unlimited voice minutes. Now, this is not just for the US, but also it's supporting numbers in the UK and other countries as well. Now, this is pretty a bold thing, I would say, because whenever you have unlimited, and this is on the $69 plan, unlimited sites, unlimited voice minutes, I think you might want to just treat this with caution. But I've bought it. I think it's worth. It could be a grower. If they can continue to develop the platform, it could be quite interesting. I'll just give you a little look inside it just to prove that I've bought it and all that. But I have to. I've not actually spent too much time messing around within it. But it basically has a dashboard which you can customize. It includes links to, here's your calls. You can track your web site traffic. You can have like a sales pipeline. You've got funnels and blogs you can build out here. You can have different users. I think on the basic plan it supports 5 users, etc., etc. So it's quite interesting what it could do. Now, I think there've been some support questions on the speed of support. I had a query, and the founder came back to me pretty much straight away, which was great. But I know there have been some questions in the Facebook group about the speed of support. But I've not really done much on this, which you can see. These is all sort of blank, but I'm into the service. So that is Ligna, and it's worth it just for, even if you were to use it for a number of months on the unlimited calls and funnels. It could be useful for that. It could develop, it could be successful, but I guess anything like this unlimited there. But they've got a nice website, and it looks like quite an interesting thing, as I say, modeled on go high level. So these are the features which you can see here. But as a funnel builder, blog builder, it's sort of quite interesting. So that's my lifetime deal of the week. Whilst we're here, I'll just do a quick final sum up and the plug. So this is my weekly coaching group. I've had a few people join recently. We had a great session on Monday talking about Google business profiles. We're going to be talking about mass page building tomorrow. I've not updated the dates properly, so we do basically a different thing every week. Mass page tomorrow, next week AI content, week after that local SEO, week after that Google business profiles. It's only £17 per month. We record all the sessions on Zoom, and that goes in the coaching group. And if you want to sign up, it's go.ht/Simon Coach. And whilst Daryl's just working on his wheel of names, I'll just recap what we've talked about today, if that's what you want me to do, Daryl. So we've talked today about how to use age domains, 301 redirects, or building out sites, and some tips there. Showed you how I was doing that on a microblogging site, which was there's some good questions on that. Then I talked about Mass Page Architect, which is my Gutenberg generic template with all the fields, X fields already plugged in, ready to go, and a course telling you how to use it. And a special offer on that, if you want to sign up at masspagearchitect.com, that would be great. Then we talked about Menterprise and some really interesting things that are happening there with Menterprise, basically evolving what it supports in terms of themes, so you can make it look more, it's just like a standard format, a standard blog, make it look more like a website, a landing page, put in call to action buttons, and that's a really interesting direction. I think shows the direction for the rest of Menterprise. So that's very exciting. And then Daryl's been working all the hours in the background on MWB and some of the exciting things that we talked about last week in terms of MWB for the original founders, but also developments, including MWB Cloud and all sorts of stuff that's going on there. So Daryl's bringing in all these various different bits of software like Siphon and Mass Page Tools and Imagefly and everything else into a really mega proposition. So I know, because I spoke to Daryl earlier on, end of March is still on track for when Daryl wants to launch that. So watch this space. And then we obviously talked about Prizes.Live, and we talked about the domain giveaway, and Daryl's got 4 amazing domains there as well. I can't remember them all, but one was called Rankings Club. And Daryl, I think, looks like he's ready to do the wheel.
Yes. Start putting your names in for the domain giveaway that we'll do right after this. So for the domain names that you're putting your names in for, it is foresight.org, lendmarkets.com, headpc.com, and rankingsclub.com. We're going to show you the values of those before we do the giveaways, but go ahead and put your names in inside the Facebook, the YouTube channel comments would be the best. And we'll go ahead and get you the prize, hopefully. All right, so what you see on here is the wheel of names from our Prizes.Live site for this week. So we're going to go ahead and give this a spin. The person is going to win access to the very new Mass Page Architect from our good friend Simon here. And he even was so kind to offer that person could also get an hour of consultation if they need to help them along their way with the journey. So if you've ever had questions about how to do this with Gutenberg, with Magic Page plugin, he is the resource for this. He's a great resource for it because he's been doing it for clients for a while and having some really great results. And maybe what we could do next week, if you don't mind, is maybe if we could show some performance of these architect sites with Gutenberg and Magic Page plugin, just so people can see the kind of performance that they have in speed and everything like that.
Yeah, we can talk about that too. Yeah.
All right. You guys ready? We're going to go ahead and spin the wheel. We got a full room right now, so I'm going to spin the wheel for Prizes.Live. If you want to get involved in this giveaway for next week, go to Prizes.Live. It'll take you to this simple form. You fill this out, and we'll get you in here for this weekly giveaway. So Prizes.Live getting started right now. And here we spin.
Good luck, everyone.
Oh, look at that. It's our new moderator, Don Schaffus. Congratulations. We're going to get Don up here coming up in a little bit. And
well done, Don.
Funny? You know,
Don actually is one of the first customers of Mass Page Architect, so I've got to give him a refund. So anyway, well done, Don.
He might be okay with something else. Maybe you got another course he could grab too.
We'll work out. But that's fantastic. Well done, Don. Congratulations.
Yeah. Awesome, guys. Congratulations. So we're going to remove that. But thank you guys for joining in on that. Now what we're going to do is go to the folks that have signed up for the domains in just a few moments. But first, what I want to do is, just so you know what you're getting yourself into, let's go ahead and take a look at these domains. And I want, for anybody that's in here that buys and sells domains, I think you're going to be very interested to see what these might be worth for you in here. So what looking for the, oh yeah, here it is. So this is a tool for finding the bulk value of domains according to GoDaddy, which has a lot of data that they base theirs off of. And so all of these are worth over $1,400. Lend Markets is worth $1,758. Rankings Club, $14,076. Foresight, which is a dictionary term, .org is worth $2,456. And Head PC is worth $1,523, according to the bulk appraisal tool on GoDaddy. All right. So keep putting those names in if you want to get access to winning these domains. I'm going to go to Estabat now, and I'm going to use their bulk tool for this. So bulk upload, and I'm going to pop these suckers in there, and we'll see what these are worth. Okay. All right. Foresight 1.2K. And it has searches of 880 for that keyword and a CPC of $2.47. Lend Markets, it doesn't have any values for that. Head PC, $221. There are 28,000 other search results, and there's 12 searches per month for that. And Rankings Club would be a good brand, but it doesn't pop up with anything there. And let me just go to Nameworth, so you can see that as well. So you just kind of get an idea. All right, I already did this. Rankings Club under $500. Head PC $9,450, and Lend Markets $4,450. The .orgs you can't register. You can't get through Nameworth because they don't do .orgs. They only do .coms. All right, so you can kind of see how those are. We're going to go through the comments, and I will start to put these in here. And yeah, so some people think it's a fix because Don won, but it is not a fix. It was, you just saw it. There's no way to fix this. So let's see if Tim Judge wants to go here. Don S and Darren.
I think Tim Judge wins just as much as Don does, so it's not much of a fix, really.
I know. He's got the luck of the Irish or something. I don't know if he's Irish or not, but yeah. So guys, this is a lot of fun. I enjoy giving these away. I'm going to go and look for some more domains shortly to with domain kicks to get some more to give away to you guys. But if you guys want to find these domains like I do, get domain kicks. Go to domainkicks.com and get into the playing like Patrick is doing. He's doing a great job with getting domains that he can resell. All right, Rod S. And I'm going to do something. I really feel as though I need to do something for people to help them understand how to sell the domains. Might even build a tool that helps people to sell them on autopilot. So we'll see what happens on that. Don, he always wins. Marcel.
Yeah.
Yep, put him in here.
Paul P. Lucy C. We've got a lot of new names coming up on the draw each week, which is absolutely fantastic. It's great to have you with us. So the more in it, the means that there's less chance of Don winning and Tim.
Less chance, yeah.
Less chance, everyone. Yeah, we're after 11 as well, so hopefully everyone's had a chance to come in on that. Just checking down the list to make sure we haven't forgotten anyone I think's really good. So last chance to add your name to get in on the domain giveaway. Yeah,
I think we should put Craig Campbell in here, don't you?
Have you got Walter on there? Walter McRae?
No, let me make sure Walter's
No, Walter. Yeah, get Walter on, and you've got Rod. Yeah. Yeah, Craig was watching. I don't know if he'd maybe have a little bit of tequila or something. I don't know what earlier on, but
let's just put his name in just for fun.
Craig down.
Yeah. Let's put Craig down.
Maybe Craig can sponsor the next domain giveaway with an ODYS domain. That would be nice.
Yeah. Colin is the leader of the pack as well, so we have to talk to him about maybe being a moderator, helping us out. Yeah, leaders of the pack. So let's talk a little bit about what that is. You know, if you're inside of our school community, there's our leader of the pack right now, Don. He's a moderator, and if you go into the homepage now, it's really cool because right now it's this weird domain, mass-page-9788, because we haven't had enough time with the platform. Once we get some more time on the platform, it'll just be /mass page. We just have to become like here for a while. But you can take a look at the leaderboards over on the right-hand side, and you can see the last 30 days and the all-time. Marcel Christie's coming in with vengeance, and so is Ted. So we're getting a lot of communication here coming in. But you guys can get on this leaderboard as well. And one of the things I was talking to somebody about is how do we maybe take this each week and based on the last 7 days, give some sort of, if it's true interaction, not like, baloney kind of stuff, but could we do some sort of a prize based on this instead of having it just based on, or take all of these entries and just put them into some sort of drawing or something? Once a month or something like that.
Active. Yeah.
Like once a month kind of thing or something. So that it
gamification. Yeah, Patrick's exactly right. Gamification. That's exactly right. Yeah. 100%. Yeah.
So get into the Mass Page school group, get in here and participate. It's really easy to do so, to leave a comment. I'm going to find a way. I think there's a way that you can actually post pictures inside, but right now the attachments work really well for that. You can just hit the paperclip here and go ahead and you can see my screen, right? You can just hit the link to add a link, add a video. You can add your smiley faces, all the emojis and all of that. So I think it's really, really cool. So and Lucy, Al Couch is also a thought leader in here on the domain space. So I think she worked at GoDaddy for a while. So it's really nice to have her on the group here. It's the only school I ever liked. Oh, love it. Love it. All right. So
spin the wheel.
Where is the wheel? Does it disappear on me now?
I hope you've not deleted it.
Oh, here it is. Yeah, here it is.
There we go. Yeah. Right. So I think everyone's on. I haven't seen any of the names come up. You got Lucy on it. Yeah, that's it. You got Paul P. Yeah. So I think we're all good to go.
All right. Did Patrick Forbes get in here? Let's put Patrick in here too.
Patrick. Yeah. We've seen Patrick. Got David T. Yeah. Stefan. Yeah. Good. We're all good to go.
Here we go. Spinning the wheel. Wheel of names for a domain. Let's see. Oh, it is Marcel, our leader of the pack this week.
Yeah, well, that's
nice. See how this is?
Nicely. Yeah. That's cool.
Yeah, Marcel won and Don won. These are the people that are participating a whole lot. So kind of funny how that works. It wasn't programmed. To go ahead and try this, guys. It doesn't work.
We
on
don't
our
own this
will.
website, so it is random. Yeah.
Yeah. So you can go ahead and tell us which one you would like, Marcel, or you can message me at Daryl.chat and we can talk about that. Rankingsclub.com, headpc.com, lendmarkets.com, and foresight.org. Which one do you think would be the best for your domain collection? And which one do you think that you could either resell or repurpose or, look at the backlinks and, do something with that as well? There's a lot of things you can do with a domain. That's what I love about domains is it really opens up a lot of opportunities. It's like owning land, really. It's one of those things, where there's so much possibility once you have land, right? So, all right. Does he say what he's
lots of congratulations coming in from lots of different people there, which is great. Don's saying next week when, and yeah, thanks everyone there.
Well done.
Marcel might be just considering his.
No problem. So Marcel,
okay,
go ahead and reach out to me. So we'll just move on from this, but I did want to open digital is the new wealth. I love that, Patrick. That's a real good point. I mean, that's the one thing about this is that I'm just going to close this down. It is, digital real estate, digital assets is sort of, where we store our money in. The other stuff in the, the land, the real estate, all that stuff has these ongoing costs and hassles. And if you can't care for all of these things all at the same time, it's hard to like really scale these kinds of assets as quickly as possible, unless you have like a management firm and you have all these kinds of things that manage everything for your real estate. For you to just, crush it and those kinds of things, having people rent properties from you or having, land that you're buying and flipping or buildings you're, flipping and things like that. Yeah, you can make money with them. But maybe if you built a lead generation empire, you could have that money recur. And that's what makes me so excited about the work that we're doing in here is helping people to have the kind of tools to build those kinds of recurring income assets. Because I really do think that that's really helpful for people in this world. So excellent. We do have our guest line open. Go.ht/guest. Go.ht/guest. We're hoping that Don will come up here and spend a few minutes because Don is our new moderator for the group, and we may get another rotating moderator as well at some point. But right now, Don is the guy, and he's just kind of watching over, just making sure that you follow the rules in the community, and we can go over what the rules are. So that there's some clarity under what that is, so you don't feel as though it's nebulous of how it works. Yes, rank and rent model for sure. So yeah, so go.ht/guest. I want to just make sure that link has been saved. Copy. Yep. And yeah, pretty good show today. Thank you, Simon, for all the things that you dropped.
Pleasure.
In
yeah, well, good. Yeah, lots of stuff happening. So yeah, good to be part of this. Yeah.
Yeah, it's good stuff. So we did fortunately get Don to come up here, so we're going to bring Don up. Hey there, how's it going, sir?
Hey Don, how you doing?
Can you hear us?
I don't know, he can't hear us. So I think
audio.
He's looking for his audio. Yeah. Hello, Don.
You sound like you're far away in the room, maybe. Grabbing his audio. So yeah, get into that school group. Go.ht/sk for school. Go.ht/sk, and we're moving on from Facebook, and the whole group is getting fired up. A lot of people talking on there, and remember, I'm just going to show this while we're here. you can message anybody on the platform. Okay, so you can go ahead and hit members and see this. When you hit members, there's 93 members so far. You could just hit, if I want to talk to this guy or this one, I just hit their chat and I can have a conversation with them. Okay, so that's one thing. And then you can do a really great thing with search. So like if you type in like Daryl in the search box, you find me under members, but you can also see everything I've ever posted. Okay, so you can see all of the community interactions that I've had as well, right? So you have these different tabs here that you can do some searches. And the nice thing about this too is, let's say you put in like GoDaddy maybe. And I know that Al Couch had mentioned GoDaddy a couple of times. So she mentioned it in her profile here, 2004 at GoDaddy. And then you can see all of the community mentions where they mentioned GoDaddy. Okay. So you can really use this to kind of research things. So if you're looking for, let's say, lead generation, you might want to look for people that do lead generation. All right. So you go to members and you can see these people do lead generation. So you can reach out to them, and it's purely a community. It's a great community that you can interact with and have conversations with different people. So, Mr. Don, are you ready?
I think I am. Can you hear me?
I can
Yeah.
hear you.
All
Yes.
right.
How's it going?
I'm having multiple setups and just trying to get it all configured right.
I hear you. I hear you. Let me just go ahead and pull this thing down. So, welcome aboard as our moderator. I give you a little round of applause. Thank you for accepting. Really do appreciate it. There's a new sheriff in town, folks, and he wears a beard.
I
So
got eyes on you.
he's got
Yeah.
eyes on us. These are the rules that we have. So, do you want to go over these rules with everybody? Just see if I can make it big enough so you can see them.
Yeah. So you want to, be nice. No hate. If you bring the hate, you're gonna get hated and booted.
Okay.
So add value. I know Lucy has a thread on there right now, and she's adding some killer value.
Yeah.
Um, no promos.
Where can you do promo?
You can do promos on your link in your bio,
Yeah.
but that's where it stays. So you don't
Yeah.
promote it or do anything else with it. If somebody's interested in what you're doing or where you want to bring them, they'll go
They'll
look
come
you up
find you.
and
Yep.
go down that rabbit hole.
That's right.
Sounds
Cool.
good.
Yeah, so there is some opportunities for you to put a link to your what you are and everything, but it's in your bio, and you don't, just like Don said, you don't send people, hey, links in the bio, check it out, let them find you. We're all cool here. We're not trying to do anything like that. So we currently have 93 members, but what's so different about this group is that you can invite people to it as well, and it's public. So other people can see it, but they can't comment until they register and sign up. So it's a lot different. I think this group will grow much faster than the Facebook group because that was always private and people had to kind of know where it is and find it. And I'm going to reach out to the people that have joined the Facebook group and invite them over here as well. So they can see it. Now, over to the right-hand side, you see there's a few valuable links here. One goes to Mass Page Tools, one goes to our YouTube channel, one goes to Prizes.Live. I'm also going to have one that goes to all of Simon's things, so Simon's can be on here as well. And so you'll be able to see that. Now, you can see there's 6 people online right now. You can click on it, and these people are probably watching the show right now, so you can see that they're all online. And if I wanted to chat with Don, I go ahead and click on this, and I can go ahead and have a conversation. If I want to chat with David, I could start it here and start a conversation, right? So, yeah, very, very easy to use. I think if anybody has any questions, reach out to myself, Simon, or Don, and we can kind of help you through on how to use it to your best advantage. All right. So thank you guys so much for checking out school.com. I think that in general, we're going to be in much better shape in a year from now than we were before. So I think it's in good hands there. Anything you want to add there, Don?
No, it's just thank you for letting me be the moderator or helping being the moderator. And that's all I got for right now.
Awesome. Well,
Sounds
we
good.
appreciate you so much as being part of the show and a cheerleader for what we're doing, and a wealth of knowledge as well in the topic. So I really, it's very great to have you involved in the community.
Yeah.
Awesome. Well, thanks, Don. I really appreciate it.
All right, thank you.
Yep. Thank you. All right.
Thanks, Don.
So, where are we? Let me take that off here. So, yeah, we had a great turnout today. It was a really, really great.
Yeah, it was good.
show.
Good show. Got some people saying thanks and awesome show and all that. So that's great. We obviously really appreciate your feedback, and we've even got Erdal coming in here late. But a lot of people watch. We know a lot of people do watch the recording as well. They can't always get here on a Sunday, and we know actually hundreds of people watch the show after during the week as well, which is great. So you're all very welcome. It's great to hear you and see you.
Yeah, and the YouTube channel growth has been great. We're up to 1.55 thousand subscribers, so it seems like that second thousand is coming much faster for our subscribers. So we must be doing something that's valuable to the public. So I really appreciate everybody for watching it and recommending it to other people. I really do appreciate where we're taking all this. So
yeah,
awesome.
all good. Okay,
Awesome.
well, look,
well, thank you,
guys. Thanks, everyone. Thank you, Daryl, as always.
Thank you. And we will hopefully have some great news to share again next week. All right. Take care, guys. See you on the next Sunday Live.
Bye-bye.
Bye.